Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something that might seem a bit specific at first, Cisco's AI Canvas. But trust me, it's actually pretty fundamental. It tells us a lot about the future of tech and, well, how we're all going to interact with it. Yeah, our source material today is based on the Next Wave podcast, specifically some excerpts featuring DJ Sampath.
Cisco's Senior VP of AI Product.
Exactly. And this isn't just about Cisco, really. It's about understanding the plumbing, the critical infrastructure, and these really groundbreaking new interfaces shaping the next wave of AI. So our mission today, unpack how a company we mostly know for networking gear.
Routers, Wi-Fi, that stuff.
Right. How they're trying to become AI native. We'll explore this really interesting user interface they're building. And then, touch on the big implications, security, jobs, even AI creativity.
And I think it's important to add, we'll also look at Cisco's foundational role. I mean, they're kind of hidden, but they're everywhere in the internet's backbone.
That's a great point.
And that position, it's becoming super critical now for the whole AI revolution, how their existing strength is playing into this new game. It's fascinating.
Okay, let's start there then. Cisco, network infrastructure giant. How are they suddenly becoming AI native? It feels like a big jump.
It really is. Yeah. And DJ Sampath is key here. Cisco actually acquired his startup Armor Blocks. And that seemed to be the catalyst. They then set up a whole standalone AI division with him leading it. The idea is to weave AI into, everything they do, and they're focusing on three main areas.
Okay. What are they?
So first, there's AI defense. Think of it as a security layer specifically for the new problems AI brings.
New problems, like what?
Like prompt injection attacks, trying to trick the AI, or context window overloads, maybe feeding it bad info to confuse it or make it spill secrets.
Things you don't worry about with traditional software in the same way.
Exactly. So AI defense adds these runtime guardrails. It's kind of like an AI firewall, watching how the models are used in real time.
Got it. Makes sense. What's the second area?
Second is AI assistance, basically embedding ChatGPT-like helpers directly into all their products.
So intelligent help right where you need it?
Precisely. Context-aware assistance for users.
Okay. And the third you mentioned was the star.
Yeah. The third one is the AI Canvas. And this is, I think, the most exciting part. It's potentially a whole new way of interacting with systems.
All right. AI Canvas. You said it's not just a chatbot, not just a dashboard. What makes it so revolutionary? How is it different?
Okay, so they call it a generative user interface, generative UI.
Generative UI.
Yeah, and the generative part is everything. It doesn't just show you a pre-made dashboard. It builds one dynamically based on what you ask.
Okay, so you type something.
Right, like troubleshoot this ticket. And instead of just text, it generates an actual interactive UI widget right there.
With diagnostics and stuff?
Exactly, diagnostics, data correlations, maybe even suggestions for who can help. It pulls everything together visually, instantly.
How does it do that? What's underneath?
It's powered by their own deep network model. And this model has been trained on, get this, over 40 years of Cisco's networking data.
40 years?
Yeah, decades of operational data. So it understands network behavior incredibly deeply. That's how it pulls insights together so fast, even across third-party tools.
So it's not just Cisco products?
No, it can integrate things like ServiceNow tickets, other tools. The interface itself is interesting, too. Imagine a conversational agent on the left, like a chat window, and on the right, this collaborative workspace.
Collaborative? Between human and AI?
Where you and the AI agents work together. You mentioned Miro or Figma earlier.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but for solving operational problems. A live, dynamic board where the AI helps you build out the dashboards, the workflows, the solutions in real time.
Okay, that does sound different. It means no more jumping between 10 different tabs or dashboards, copying data.
Exactly. It centralizes and automates a huge chunk of that data gathering and initial analysis. The goal is to let the humans focus on the higher level problem solving, not the grunt work of finding the data.
That sounds incredibly powerful. Yeah. But does that mean a steep learning curve? If it's so different. And what about integrating it or security? Generating UI on the fly sounds complex.
That's a fair question. The aim seems to be making it intuitive through conversation, lowering the barrier. And Cisco's position helps. Remember their role in the internet backbone.
Right, the plumbing.
Yeah, from your home Wi-Fi router all the way up to the huge data centers running cloud services and the ISPs like Comcast. Cisco hardware is often in every step of that chain.
They really are everywhere, aren't they?
Pretty much. Access points, routers, systems for service providers, hyperscaler data centers, they build a lot of the core infrastructure.
So how does that connect back to AI?
Well, think about all the AI apps popping up. Your Starbucks app using AI, Airbnb's concierge. All those AI features need robust networks to run on. They generate and consume huge amounts of data. Cisco's infrastructure is what needs to support and, crucially, secure all those AI workloads.
Ah, right. The demand on the network grows exponentially with AI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So their core business becomes even more critical in the AI era. Without that solid foundation, the whole AI dream doesn't really scale up.
Which brings us back to security. You mentioned AI defense earlier. What specific threats did DJ Sampath call out? This is huge for anyone deploying AI.
He got quite specific. He mentioned prompt injection. That's crafting inputs to deliberately trick or manipulate the AI model.
Okay, trying to make it do bad things.
Yeah. And also metaprompt extraction. This one's maybe even scarier. It's tricking the AI into revealing its own underlying instructions, or worse, confidential data it was trained on.
Yikes. So how does AI defense fight that?
It does things like model validation before deployment. Then during runtime, it actively monitors interactions for threats, real-time usage monitoring to spot weird patterns.
So it's watching the AI as it works.
Sampath made a comparison to the early internet. Remember DDoS attacks?
Oh yeah, flooding servers to take them down.
Right. He sees these AI threats as the next evolution. Similar category of risk, but more sophisticated, targeting the AI models themselves. It's a whole new cybersecurity battleground.
A stark reminder, definitely.
Yeah.
New tech, new challenges, which inevitably leads to the question everyone asks about AI.
Will it take our jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was Sampath's take? You said it was nuanced.
It was. His line is, AI won't take your job, but people who know how to use AI will.
Okay, so it's about adaptation, not replacement.
Exactly. He used a great analogy with personal computers. He said, you still need a human to use the laptop. Just like that, you need a human to wield AI effectively. It's a tool, a very powerful tool, but still a tool that needs a skilled user.
So the emphasis is on upskilling, learning to work with the AI.
That's the core message. It's not about fighting AI. It's about becoming fluent in using these tools. That's how you stay competitive, how you leverage the power.
That makes sense. It shifts the narrative from fear to, well, enablement. But are there roles where that adaptation is harder, where it feels more disruptive?
That's definitely true. I mean, highly repetitive tasks, like maybe certain kinds of data entry, are likely to see more automation.
Right.
But roles needing critical thinking, creativity, complex problem solving, genuine human interaction, those are likely to be augmented, maybe even made more valuable by AI handling the routine stuff.
So it amplifies certain human skills.
Potentially, yes. But it does mean continuous learning is key. Adaptability.
Always a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Speaking of adapting and expectations, what surprised DJ Sampath most about how AI has evolved? What did he not see coming?
The thing that really blew him away, apparently, was AI's creativity.
Creativity, really, not efficiency or logic.
Nope, creativity. He pointed to tools like OpenAI's Sora. You give it a text storyboard.
I mean, it was a video.
Yeah, like a cinematic, professional-looking video with sound. Or Google's visual language models, VLMs, doing similar things, combining vision and language.
Things that used to take teams months.
Exactly. Now potentially done in minutes by an AI. He said that creativity, which many assumed was purely human, is turning out to be one of AI's strongest, most surprising features. Wasn't the initial focus at all?
That really does flip the script on what we thought AI was good for. Logic versus imagination.
It's a big shift in perception, for sure.
So, if creativity is a surprise strength, what's next? Where does Sampath see AI going? Beyond today's tools.
He talked a lot about the potential of embodied AI.
Embodied AI, meaning robots.
Essentially, yes. Physical robots powered by these advanced AI models. Robots that can understand the physical world, depth, texture, object properties.
Okay, not just processing digital data.
Right. Interacting with the real world. He gave this really cool example from a Cisco event.
Yeah.
A robot that could physically pluck a guitar string, listen to it, and then tune the guitar by ear.
Get out. Seriously.
Seriously. It shows that integration of perception, hearing the pitch feedback, and fine motor control, AI moving off the screen and into physical space.
Wow. That's a leap.
And he feels the real agentic AI revolution is just starting.
Agentic AI, meaning AI that acts.
Exactly. AI that doesn't just process or suggest, but can act autonomously, intelligently. collaboratively, in both digital and physical worlds. We're just at the foot of this steep exponential curve, he thinks. We're starting to see tools that can do research, synthesize information, and then act on it.
And Cisco wants to be the network powering all that.
That seems to be the goal, powering that next wave of autonomous agentic systems.
What a journey. Okay, so wrapping this up, we've gone from Cisco, the network company, transforming itself.
Becoming AI native.
Right, to this wild AI canvas idea, the generative UI.
A whole new interface paradigm.
Plus the critical need for AI security.
The new threats like prompt injection.
And that nuanced view on jobs, it's about working with AI.
Augmentation, not replacement. Upskilling is key.
And finishing with AI's surprising creativity and the move towards embodied, agentic AI, robots tuning guitars.
Yeah, it really shows the trajectory.
It definitely feels like we're moving beyond just having tools towards these interconnected, intelligent systems that actively participate. Makes you wonder how our daily lives will shift.
Absolutely. And for you, listening, think about that term, agentic AI. AI that acts, co-creates. We saw the guitar example, but think digitally too. Agents that can research a topic for you, write a summary, maybe even book the travel arrangements based on it, all with minimal prompting. It's a different level of interaction.
Yeah, less instruction, more collaboration.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thought to leave you with. If AI is becoming truly agentic, able to act and create with us in digital and physical spaces, what completely new kinds of problems could you solve with that? And how does that change what skills, what kind of creativity we'll value most in the future?